My life in high school was perfect. I was the fastest runner on my high school track team, a style icon, and a whiz with gadgets. I had really supportive, adoring parents, and to top it all off, the best boyfriend in the world. Jinu, hi everyone, I'm Rumi. Please like and subscribe to hear how my perfect life spiraled out of control. When Jinu first transferred to her school 6 months ago, I wrote in my diary that I had the biggest crush on the new guy, and as fate would have it, I bumped into him at a laptop repair shop the very next day, where the repairman was charging him an arm and a leg for a minor job. Excuse me? I couldn't help eavesdropping. Okay, I was totally trying to, but this guy's ripping you off $2,000 for what?
My laptop just isn't switching on and it has important stuff.
Can I give it a go? I tried a few different things and something worked.
Oh my god, you're amazing. Can I take you out to dinner? I've kind of had a crush on you anyway.
See what I mean? I'm just so lucky. We started dating and soon enough we were inseparable. But one day as we walked to class, Jinu suddenly stopped. I saw a new girl flashing this flirtatious smile at Jinu and waving at him.
Jinu, do you know her?
No, why would I know her? She's waving to someone else? We're late, come on.
All day long, Mira kept staring at Jinu. It was really annoying. But then at the end of the day, everything changed. I spotted Jinu and Mira talking and I hid behind a wall to listen.
I told you the answer is no. I can't go back. I left that world behind forever.
But the agents, she needs you. Please, I can't do this without you. If you do this, I'll never contact you again. I promise.
Okay, fine, let's meet at our old spot. But listen, Mira, after this, we're through.
Old spot? And just this morning, he said he didn't even know her. What a liar! Mira walked off and I jumped in front of Jinu, making him shriek.
Rumi, how long have you been here?
Long enough.
Look, it's not what you think. She's my dentist. She needs to check my teeth one last time.
Oh, save it, Jinu. You lied to me before and you're doing it again. Go have fun with Mira because I'm done. Jinu called after me, but I just kept walking all day. Jinu kept trying to get in touch, but I ignored him. A week later, as I walked home from school, Jinu popped out of a bush looking like a hot mess.
Rumi, please wait. I'm sorry. Just hear me out.
Only if you don't tell me stupid lies.
Fine. You want the truth? Okay, here goes Rumi. I used to be a spy before I transferred here. Mira was my partner, and she wants me to go on a mission with her.
A high school spy? I said. No more stupid lies.
I swear, I'm telling the truth. The agency needed someone our age to investigate a teacher who was secretly a criminal, so they recruited Mira and me. The operation was so successful that they made us agents and sent us on more missions. I'm sorry I didn't tell you, but it was for your own protection. You have to trust me.
Okay, if that's the truth, then take me on your mission with Mira so I can see for myself.
I can't. It's way too risky. Sorry, but I won't do anything that puts you in danger. Please just stay out of this.
He kissed me on the cheek and left. But if he thought I was just going to sit back and believe him so easily, he was so wrong. So I followed Jinu and saw him meeting Mira there. Mira almost saw me, but at the last second I ducked out of sight. But just then I felt a hand pat on my shoulder. When I spun around, I was totally shocked. It was a stranger with the most amazing eyes I had ever seen.
You need to be more careful. Jinu isn't who you think he is.
Yeah, I kind of figured that out already, but thanks.
No, I mean, he's not really a special agent anymore. He's a criminal.
And who are you? Why should I believe you?
I'm Abby. I used to work with Jinu at the agency, but 6 months ago he disappeared at the same time as a big art heist, and we think he's involved. We're close to finally arresting him, but I need your help.
My help? I'm not a spy and Jinu's my boyfriend. I may be mad at him, but I wouldn't do anything to hurt him.
Jinu is dangerous. By helping me, you could be saving others. Think about it. If you're in, meet me here after school tomorrow.
My head was spinning. I didn't know who or what to believe anymore. The next day at school, I approached Jinu in the courtyard. He didn't look like a criminal, but maybe he was good at fooling people.
Hey, are you still mad at me?
What? For lying to me for 6 months straight?
I know. I'm sorry, but the agency swore me to secrecy. I really did want to tell you everything. I love you, Rumi.
Hearing those words made my heart tremble.
How about we go to your favorite ice cream shop after school?
Just then, Jinu's phone buzzing. He tried to put it away, but before he could, I saw the message. You were right to ditch your clueless girlfriend. Meet me later. It had to be Mira, that witch. Sorry, I can't today. I have a photo shoot. They want to model the new Barbie after me.
Who's they?
The Barbie people, I told you. Okay, bye. I didn't care if Jinu believed me or not. If those two were going to team up, then I'd make my own team with Abby.
I'm glad you came.
What's the plan?
I'll tell you on the helicopter. We've suspected Jinu in a string of art thefts for a while now. We still don't have enough evidence to put him away, so we need to catch him in the act.
Is Mira a criminal too?
No, Mira is a good agent. She's working with me, but she and Jinu used to date. Sorry, I know that's not easy to hear.
It's not, but I'm glad one person is being honest with me. So, where exactly are we going?
A masquerade ball in a palace. Don't take your mask off at any point, and keep an eye out for Jinu and Mira.
He really wasn't kidding about the palace and the ball. I've never been to something so fancy in my life. As we walked into the main hall, Abby pulled me onto the dance floor and we started swaying to the music. Moments later, as we were dancing, Abby whispered to me.
Mira just signaled to me. I'll be back in a minute.
I looked over to see where Abby was heading, and sure enough, there was Mira. They were checking out this beautiful framed painting on the wall. I decided since they were doing their thing, I'd do mine. I got into the groove on the dance floor. Before I knew it, people had formed a circle around me to watch. Suddenly, I saw a familiar figure approaching. Even with a mask, I'd recognize that face anywhere. Jinu, but did he recognize me? My heart was pounding, but just then Abby showed up and pulled me away. The next day, we continued our mission with my makeup skills. We followed Jinu and Mira to the docks, where they were meeting a shady-looking guy.
Jinu will steal the painting from the palace and sell it to that guy who's a known smuggler.
I still can't believe my perfect boyfriend is evil.
I know this is really hard, but you're better off without him. Oh, by the way, I have something for you.
A gift already?
It's an earpiece. I have the other one. Whoever wears one can always hear the person who wears the other.
The next day, I couldn't wait to meet up with Abby and get back to our mission. My heart was still hurting from Jinu's betrayal, but I had to admit, the reddish-brown eyes of Abby surely eased my pain. When the bell rang, I raced out of the school so fast that I ended up getting to the meeting spot early. Abby was already there talking to Mira. There was nothing strange about that. Mira and Abby were working together to catch Jinu, but when I got closer, I overheard their conversation.
This is taking too long. Rumi already ruined our plan once.
Soon, my love. Tomorrow night, we'll steal the painting and Jinu and Rumi will take the fall. We'll get away scot-free and get rich at the same time. It'll be worth the wait.
I really hope so, babe. So Rumi has just been believing everything you told her?
Yeah, she's just a pretty airhead. All looks and no brain. Show her a designer dress, and she could be fooled into sending her own father to jail.
Wait, Mira and Abby were the real thieves. Did he just call her my love? Did she just call him babe? And did he just call me an airhead? After looking for him everywhere, I finally found Jinu and told him everything, but he didn't believe me.
That was you at the masquerade ball. How do you even know Abby?
He asked me to help him catch you. He and Mira are working together against you. Aren't you listening to anything that I'm saying?
I told you to stay out of this, Rumi. Mira and I have been tracking the movements of the real thief, and she would never betray me. And Abby is also a good agent. He's probably Mira's backup and you misheard something. Let us do our jobs and it's pretty uncool of you to be making up this whole story out of jealousy.
I'm trying to save you, you moron. You're just going to the spots Mira wants you to go to so she can frame you later. But you know what? Do whatever you want. Go to jail for oh, I care. I stormed away and left Jinu standing there. At school the next day, I was feeling completely lost. Two evil criminals were trying to frame me, and my stupid, stubborn boyfriend who didn't believe me. How was I going to get out of this? They were professional thieves, and I'm just me. Hold on. I'm me. I started to cook up a little plan of my own. During a break, I snuck out to Jinu's car and tuned the radio to the same frequency as the earpiece Abby had given me. After school, I met Abby at our usual meeting spot.
I missed you yesterday.
Sorry, I had a stomach bug I was throwing up over and over like a waterfall, but I'm ready to help again. Can we go over the details one more time? Oh, and don't forget to put your earpiece in. I just like knowing we're connected.
We're heading back to the palace now. Jinu's planning to steal the painting tonight, and we're going to catch him in the act. We've got our backup ready to arrest him as soon as he takes the painting.
Suddenly, our earpieces started to play a song. Jinu must be messing with the radio.
What is that?
I think it's a great song, right? Always makes me want to dance.
Why is it playing in my earpiece?
Just some mixed signals, I guess. Just then, Mira appeared with an evil look in her eye.
Abby, don't you get it? Track girl figured it out. Guess she's not as dumb as she looked.
They started to close in on me. Suddenly, I ran the fastest I ever had in my life. Abby was fast too, but there was no way he could keep up with me. Mira was nowhere in sight. Suddenly, Mira jumped out in front of me.
Nowhere to run. Track girl.
Just put me in jail already so I don't have to hear you talk anymore.
That can be arranged.
Both of them came closer to me, about to do something. Suddenly, someone put him in a headlock. It was Jinu. Turns out my radio trick worked. Mira tried to make a run for it, but agents in black sunglasses tackled her. After that, two agents took them away to be punished. And then, it was just me and Jinu.
Rumi, I am so sorry for keeping you in the dark, for not listening to you, for everything. If it weren't for you, they might have been able to frame me for the theft.
I was tempted to let them after the way you acted, but you mean too much to me. I couldn't just turn those feelings off.
That move with the radio was genius, by the way.
What? Like, it's hard.
Can we go somewhere and talk?
Honestly, no, I need time. I'm not ready to just let all this go yet.
I'll be here when you're ready, but not literally in this spot, but you know what I mean.
A few months passed, and then one day, he found me.
So I completely understand if you're not ready to forgive me yet, but maybe we could talk now.
Okay, but under due conditions. First, no more secrets. We have to be totally honest with each other. From now on,
Done. And the second condition?
I really want some ice cream, and can we also talk about a possible career for me at the agency?
I think we can make that happen.
Don't rush to trust or judge based on words or appearances alone. Take the time to investigate carefully and observe people's actions. Even if you are doubted or opposed, stay firm in the truth.
Hi, I'm Elsie from Georgia. Please like and subscribe. The one thing I always knew about myself was that I was beautiful. Even when I was a baby, my parents thought I was the best-looking newborn they'd ever seen, and so did all their friends.
Oh my gosh, your baby is gorgeous.
I know, right? She doesn't model yet, but I think I'll start her soon.
I grew up loved and cherished by my parents, and they were obsessed with me. Well, obsessed with how I looked? When I started liking math, no one really noticed.
I have the most beautiful daughter in the world. I think that makes me the best dad.
48, 49, 50. I counted to 50.
Okay, but can you show me your runway walk again?
Oh yes, that's way more important.
My parents signed me to a modeling contract as soon as they could. I hated modeling, but it made them so happy I couldn't say no. Their focus on me became much more obvious when my sister Ari was born. They already had their perfect daughter, and no one noticed her at all.
You say you have a baby.
Yeah, that's Ari, but look at little Elsie. I'm thinking of starting her own brand.
Because of this double standard, Ari couldn't stand me, no matter how much I loved her and wanted to be her friend. Ari, come play soccer with me.
Aren't you afraid to fall and cut your perfect skin? You'll ruin your shoot.
So what? Do you want to play?
Nothing with you.
Eventually, I just stopped. It hurt that she ignored me, so I started ignoring her back. By the time she was old enough to go to my school, I was popular and had lots of friends. She hated that. She used every opportunity in her power to isolate me. I would sit with my friends at lunch, and all of a sudden, Ari would come up to us.
Elsie, you spent hours on your homework last night. How did you even have time to put on your makeup?
Your homework may be easy in 6th grade, Ari, but 8th grade homework, you have to work a little harder to keep your grades up.
All of your friends know you're a gigantic nerd, right?
The thing was, no one did know. School was the same as home, and everyone saw me as just a pretty face, but I was determined for people to start seeing me as the smart one. The real turning point was when I started high school and they had placement exams for advanced classes. I worked so hard and finally got the score I needed. I was so excited. But then the teacher asked to speak with me after class.
While you did get the scores needed for the advanced class, I'm not sure you're suited for it. You're a beautiful and popular girl, and I hear you're modeling on the side. You may be too distracted.
I promise I'll take it very seriously.
I'm just not sure, Elsie. I'll have to let you know on Monday.
I was so mad. How could she just assume for me? All I wanted was to focus on school and never model again. I knew my parents wouldn't let me back out so easily, so I walked to the nearest barbershop and sat in the chair. There was a huge picture of a good-looking male model on top, but it only drove me crazier. I was so done with that awful world. Chop it off! I want it all gone!
I can't let myself do that. You have such beautiful hair.
Cut it off, or I'll do it myself. Finally, she gave in. When I was done, I thought I looked great. I bought new clothes and got thick square glasses instead of my contacts. For the first time, I looked like what I was supposed to look like and not some Barbie doll.
When I got home, my mom screamed.
What did you do?
Do you like it? I think I look great.
How are you going to model looking like that?
I'm not. I quit. I'm finally focusing on what I love, and you can't stop me. I didn't know what I was expecting, but school the next day was a nightmare. Ari laughed so hard when she saw me, but she didn't want to get out of the car at the same time I did.
I can't be seen with you. That would be so embarrassing.
Your sisters are right. You look terrible.
Well, I like it. I slammed the car door shut and prepared for my new life to begin. My friends were shocked, but that didn't bother me. I went to my teachers right after lunch and asked for a meeting.
Elsie, you look different.
I just wanted to tell you again that I'm very committed to my studies. Modeling is not going to be a problem anymore. I deserve a chance in the advanced class. I think I earned it. The teacher agreed to give me a spot. I was ecstatic until I ran into Ari in the hallway.
Nerd alert! Shouldn't your head be in a book or something?
Leave me alone, Ari. Now that I'll be getting less attention, you can get more.
Please, you had the life I always wanted, and now you're just throwing it away. You better watch out because your perfect life may not be waiting for you when you're done with this phase.
Wow, Ari was worse than I thought, but I didn't care. I needed to focus on math and physics. While I kept my promise and spent less time with my friends and more time studying, Ari kept hers. One day she came downstairs looking completely different.
Oh, Ari, you look great. Maybe you can teach Elsie a thing or two. Such a shame what she did to herself.
Are you wearing my makeup?
Not that you wear it anymore. Do you like my dress? One of your friends gave it to me.
I don't care. Have fun with my leftovers.
Of course you care. Just because you want to drown yourself in science doesn't mean you won't need friends, but you won't have any when I'm done.
She was right. All of my friends started hanging out with her. I tried to pretend it didn't bother me, but it did a little. I didn't have anyone to hang out with after school, so I decided to go to the mall by myself. Just as I entered, a guy walked right into me.
Hey, are you okay?
Ow! How did you not see me? When I got a look at him, I gasped. He was the guy on the poster in the barber shop, a really famous model in our town.
No, sorry. I just had this meeting and I'm a little distracted. I'm Nate, by the way, and I have to say your style is great.
Oh, thanks. I'm Elsie.
Are you like really smart?
I'm into physics, and you probably think that's lame, being a model and all.
Of course not. I wish I was that smart.
We sat down and had the best conversation of my life. We exchanged numbers and started texting every day.
I saw this apple and thought of you. Gravity rules.
I don't know what's more fun, finishing this book or going out to ice cream with you.
Picking you up now.
He drove me to the best ice cream shop in town and we sat there together.
Tell me again why you quit modeling.
Modeling is my parents' passion, not mine. I want to be a scientist, so I decided not to look like a model anymore.
You know you can quit modeling to focus on something else and still look the way you did. I looked you up, and you used to be really different.
You don't understand. It was way too hard.
Sorry, I'll back off. I don't care how you look. I think you're beautiful, no matter what.
He was the best. If it wasn't for him, I would be so bored in school. I spent so much time studying on my own that I realized I was way ahead of my high school. I looked online and found an elite program that accepted high school students in university. I applied, and Nate and I waited really anxiously to hear. He promised me we'd stay together even if I moved. One night at dinner, Ari had an announcement to make.
I'm going to be a model! I'm already the most popular girl in school, and now I want to be the most famous model in the world!
Suddenly, my parents looked really uncomfortable.
Ari, you look so pretty now, but you don't have the charm Elsie does. You understand, right?
Ari and I were stunned. I couldn't believe they thought that. I'm sure that's not true. Ari could be a great model.
Don't encourage her, Elsie. It's just not meant to be.
Ari was fuming. I felt so bad for her until I got a notification on my phone. I checked and then gasped. I got accepted into college. I'm going to study physics.
That means you're going to be one of the youngest students, right? Will that make you famous?
Ari screamed, kicking her chair aside and running to her room. She was throwing a fit.
What are we going to do with that girl?
I didn't know what to do, so I tried to go to her room to comfort her.
What a mistake! You always have to outshine me, don't you?
Ari, you know I've been working really hard.
You think I care about that? Why does everything go so perfectly for you? Apparently I'm not good enough to be a model, and even when you're not one, you can date one.
How did you know about Nate?
Are you stupid? Just because you don't have social media anymore doesn't mean Nate doesn't. He posted about you. Finally, I'm popular, but you always have to go bigger.
You know what your problem is? You're the one who always needs to one-up me. Whenever I'm actually happy, you can't stand it. Guess what? My achievements and my relationship with Nate are something you can never have. Then she stormed off, leaving me angrier than ever. It didn't take long for me to cheer up, though. A reporter got in touch with me and told me I was going to be the youngest college student in the country next year. She wanted to interview me on the news. My parents were thrilled that I was getting what they called my next big break. The reporter sent her questions in advance, and my mom stayed up all night to practice with me. I could never remember what to say, so she wrote all the answers for me.
Don't you worry. I will give this to the technician, and he will show it on the screen so you can read it as you go along. You'll be fine.
I was still nervous, but that made me feel a lot better. I had my mom in charge of handling the answer sheet, so I just got ready to start. Hi, I'm Elsie. Thanks for having me here. I discovered math when I was little. And the screen was blank? OMG, I was so nervous, I forgot everything I had to say, and now my answer sheet was blank. How was I going to get through this?
You were saying?
Yeah, I was a kid and I really liked to count, but I was a model first, so that was distracting. I got through the interview, but I was stuttering the whole time and making things up as they went. A genius child, more like a blubbering idiot. Mom, what happened to my answer sheet?
I'm not sure. I gave it to Ari to give to the technician. Ari, what happened?
I don't know. He must have misplaced it.
You mean you misplaced it? I can't believe you would ruin this for me.
You deserve it for being so awful all the time.
What have I ever done to you?
You take everything from me.
Ari, I am so disappointed. You are grounded.
Ari barely cared, but I was so angry I couldn't take it. I went right to her room to yell at her. It's not my fault you're not a model. Ari, if you want to be one, you should apply despite what mom and dad say and don't do it for them. I decided I wanted to study physics for me. That's why I'm happy and you're not.
Don't tell me and change your look just to get everyone off your back. Do you even like what you are now?
I don't care how I look. Don't you get it?
You don't even care? Wow. Well, I have to push myself every day and still no one sees it. I can't be smart or pretty. You have everything. I have nothing.
For God's sake, you're beautiful, and you have more than just two options. You can be whoever you want.
I have no idea what I want. I'm just trying to be noticed. Why do you make that so hard?
I had no idea what to say to that. I was just trying to make myself shine, but this whole time she was trying to do the same. So stop trying and start thinking about what you want to be. I'm going to college next year and you won't have to worry about my influence anymore. You'll just have to be yourself.
You're right. You're leaving. I haven't thought of that.
For the first time in years, she didn't look like such a mean girl anymore, just my little sister. I turned to leave, but then she said,
I'm sorry about tonight. I was just jealous, but I'm happy for you, really.
That was the nicest thing she ever said to me. I'm going to watch some Avatar stories. You can join me if you want.
I don't know if we're there yet.
Then maybe tomorrow, and the next day we did. I got ready to leave for school, and she took up acting. Then she found a boyfriend of her own who liked her for who she was.
Hi, I'm Rigel from Washington. Please like and subscribe. My parents were space scientists at NASA, so they named me after one of the brightest stars in the galaxy, Rigel. Now problems started when they expected me to be a star performer at school too. But there was only one thing that got me starry-eyed: watching anime. But my parents kept pushing me towards space science.
Rigel, we got you the latest spaceship Lego set. Come on, let's put it together.
I haven't pooped for 3 days, so the gas inside me might explode. I got to go.
Rigel, it's such a clear night. Let me show you some constellations.
Some other time, Mom. I have to go walk our goldfish. I darted out of the house faster than a bullet train. When I was in grade 6, my parents had to move to New Jersey for a year for some project. On my first day there, I was in the garden when I saw a girl my age next door. She had long blonde hair and blue eyes, and she was dancing like a ballerina princess on her porch. When the music stopped, I clapped for her. That was beautiful!
Thanks! You must be the new neighbor Mom was talking about. Are your parents astronauts? Have they been to the moon?
I told her what my parents did, and her eyes widened.
So their job is to look at the stars. Do you know how many of them are up there?
Of course, there are 20 billion gazillion million stars.
Wow, you sound like a genius. Mom says when God forgets to give someone beauty, he makes up for it by giving them brains.
Okay, that was kind of insulting. The girl introduced herself as Bianca, and she told me her mom was a model, and her dream was to become the best ballerina in the world. We even went to the same school, and I found out Bianca was super popular. She had her own YouTube channel with amazing dance videos and thousands of subscribers. We grew close, and most days after school, she'd hang out at my house, mainly because of Mom's cupcakes.
My mom doesn't let me eat sweets. She says I won't be able to dance if I put on weight.
No need to listen to your mom, honey. Scientific studies suggest that makeup gets absorbed through the skin and shrinks brain cells. Imagine how tiny your mom's brain must be.
Put that cupcake down, Bianca, and tell me something. Did you become a space person because you're ugly and no boy on Earth wanted you?
What? I have a husband.
And where did you meet him? At work? Exactly.
But we don't work in space.
Then why do you keep telling people you're a space worker? Liar. Come, Bianca, let's go.
Clearly, our moms couldn't stand each other, but that didn't stop Bianca and me from being friends. Once in class, our math teacher, Mrs. Watson, was getting a really boring lecture, so I started sketching her. Suddenly, Bianca grabbed my notebook, scribbled something, and handed it back. She'd made Mrs. Watson's butt bigger and labeled the picture Mrs. Butson, and I giggled loudly. And just then, Mrs. Watson walked up and snatched my notebook.
Who made this?
I did.
No, I did.
We were both sent to the principal's office, and our moms were called in, and they went crazy.
My daughter would never do such a thing. She's an angel.
Then why don't you take her to space with you next time? And don't bother coming back.
I'm a space scientist, not an astronaut. But a bimbo like you wouldn't understand.
Bimbo? As if counting the stars is really a smart job. And at least I'm gorgeous. Your looks could make onions cry.
Suddenly, Mom lunged at Bianca's mom and pulled her hair, and her wig came. She pounced on Mom's face and broke her glasses. The principal had to call securities to pull them apart. That evening, I was on my way to the market when I heard loud noises coming from Bianca's house.
Stop hanging out with that girl. She's a good-for-nothing loser just trying to get you in trouble.
No, Mom. Rigel's my best friend.
Bianca, you're too innocent. If she was the one who made the sketch, why did she let you take the blame too?
Bianca fell silent, and I quietly walked away. Why didn't Bianca say she's drawn something too? I tried to avoid Bianca after that day, but it was hard since she kept following me around like a lost puppy. One day, she was at my place when she saw my bicycle and said, no one had ever taught her how to ride one. Well, I can teach you if you want.
Woohoo! This is so much fun!
Suddenly, Bianca's mom came out running and started shouting.
Get off that thing right now. You'll hurt yourself before your big ballet performance next week. And you stop teaching my daughter stupid things.
Riding a bicycle isn't stupid, but you wouldn't understand because when God gives you beauty, He forgets to give you brains.
Did you just call me stupid?
No, I called you beautiful. Bianca's mom refused to let her go out after that until the day of her ballet performance. But one night I got a text from Bianca saying she was super bored, so I asked her to sneak out of the window where I was waiting for her with my bike. We both had so much fun taking turns riding it. When it was Bianca's turn, suddenly a car whizzed past her. She lost her balance and went crashing into a lamppost. My parents rushed her to the hospital, where the doctor told us she'd broken a bone in her left foot and would probably never be able to dance again. I'm so sorry, Bianca.
Get lost, you witch. I won't ever be able to live my dream because of you. Mom was right. You're just a good-for-nothing loser who can't stand anyone who's prettier and more popular than her.
I was shocked at her words. How could she mean that? She made it sound as if the accident was my fault.
Honey, she's really upset right now, but don't worry, she'll come around.
Only Bianca never did. She blamed me for what happened and turned into this mean bully who didn't miss a chance to put me down. Thankfully, I didn't have to deal with it for long since we moved back to Washington soon after. By the time I was in high school, my parents had given up all hopes of me becoming a NASA scientist, but I was still obsessed with anime. So when our teacher announced career day in class, I decided to dress up as my favorite anime character. As I entered the classroom in costume, I saw all the boys gushing over a new girl. She had blonde hair and really blue eyes. OMG, it was Bianca! I quickly tried to hide my face behind my bag, but Bianca spotted me.
Hey, Rigel! Long time no see! Oh, what are you dressed as? A homeless beggar girl?
I'm dressed as my favorite anime character, Mikasa Ackerman.
So you're still making those weird drawings, huh? As they say, once a loser, always a loser.
Bianca became super popular thanks to her stunning looks. All the boys wanted to date her, and all the girls wanted fashion tips from her. And Bianca never failed to rub her popularity in my face.
Rigel, 97 guys proposed to me today. Or wait, was it 99?
Well, good for you.
I bet no one's ever asked you out. Such a loser.
Mikasa Ackerman, never be a loser. I turned around to see Toby standing behind me. He was a year senior to us and was an awkward skinny guy with braces and huge glasses.
I just wanted to tell you that I loved your outfit that day.
Thanks! Are you into anime too?
Yeah, big time.
We ended up discussing our favorite shows and characters and didn't even notice when Bianca marched off angrily. After that day, I started hanging out with Toby and he told me something shocking. Bianca was his stepsister.
Her mom married my dad a few months back. Things are weird between Bianca and her mom. They hardly ever talk to each other.
I told him about our friendship and how things ended between us.
Now I get why she's mean to you. Do you want me to talk to her?
No! I don't want things to turn ugly between you two because of me. Toby and I started getting closer day by day, and we had tons in common. One evening, he invited me to his house to show me his collection of anime comics. His favorite anime character played the guitar, and he had a similar one in his room too. When I asked him if he knew how to play, Toby shyly took the guitar and started playing, and he was phenomenal. Wow, Toby, you could easily play in our school band. You're so good. The next day, I insisted Toby meet our school band teacher, and he agreed to give him a chance after hearing him play. After that day, Toby joined the school band. I even gave him a little makeover, and his popularity in school shot through the roof. But he just wanted to hang out with me, and this really pissed off Bianca.
My brother doesn't know what a two-faced person you are. Stay away from him. He deserves someone better.
Why do you have to be so mean, Bianca? What happened all those years ago wasn't my fault.
Really? You have to have some nerve to say that if you hadn't made me sneak out of my room that day, I'd still be dancing.
How was I to know you'd get into an accident? We were just kids, Bianca. Let it go.
Easier said than done.
She pushed me aside angrily and marched off. Gosh, this girl was something else. A few weeks later, Toby and I were chilling at my house when he saw some of my anime drawings on the table. Oh, it's nothing. Just a hobby right now. I tried hiding my drawings, but when Toby insisted, I showed him the anime series I'd been sketching.
Wow, these need to be published. You have no idea how amazing you are, Rigel. Can I show these to my dad?
Toby told me his dad's friend owned a big publishing house and he could actually get my series published. I was super excited by the idea, so I put my sketches in a folder and gave them to him. The next day, I reached school early and waited anxiously for Toby when a girl from my class told me he was waiting for me in the auditorium. But when I got there, it was completely empty. I was about to leave when the stage lit up and Bianca walked onto it, and she was holding the folder Toby took with him.
Surprise, surprise! So what were you saying that day about letting things go? Well, today I'm going to do something, and you're going to have to let it go. Okay, Rigel?
Just then, Bianca pulled a lighter from her pocket and set my folder on fire. I watched in horror as years of my hard work got burned to ashes. But just then, I noticed a spark from it land on her dress, and in a fraction of a second it caught fire. Before Bianca had a chance to react, I ran on stage, peeled off the thick carpet and wrapped it around her. Thankfully, that was enough to put out the fire. Are you hurt?
No, I'm okay, I think.
Bianca, what did you just do? Are you insane?
Toby told me he'd been looking everywhere for the folder this morning, and a maid told him she'd seen Bianca take it from his room last night.
Yes! I stole the folder because I wanted to show Rigel how painful it is when something you've worked so hard for is snatched away from you.
Bianca, I'm so sorry for what happened to you, but it was an accident.
Yeah, but it ruined my chances of becoming a ballet dancer. It's everything Mom ever wanted after I stopped dancing. Mom basically lost interest in me, and then she got remarried and got busy with her life. I felt so lonely.
I was always there for you, Bianca, but you never warmed up to me.
Because every time I saw Mom being nice to you, I felt jealous. And then you started hanging out with Rigel, and that just made me angrier.
Life always gives us a choice, Bianca. We can choose love or we can choose hate. You chose hate today, but I choose love. I forgive you for burning my drawings. With that, I walked out of the auditorium. A few weeks later, it was my birthday, and I'd thrown a small party for my friends. I was in my room getting ready when I heard Mom talking to someone. It was Bianca.
Rigel, you never told me Bianca had moved to Washington too.
It just slipped my mind.
Just like it slipped your mind to invite me to your birthday party. Well, I'm here anyway. Happy birthday, Rigel.
I don't want anything from you.
Just open it.
My jaw dropped when I saw it was a book of my anime series. But you'd burned all my drawings.
I tried, but I couldn't. I just burned the empty folder that day. Rigel, when that accident happened, Mom kept blaming you for it, and I started believing her. And when I saw you after all these years, the hurt came back.
I'm sorry for what you went through, Bianca. Believe me, if I could turn back time, I'd be on that bike instead of you.
I know when I saw you being so nice to Toby and encouraging him to play in the band, I realized maybe I was wrong all along. I know you think of me as this evil person, but I'm not as bad as you think.
No, you're not. I hugged Bianca, and she hugged me right back, and it felt great.
Okay, now I'm feeling a little jealous.
Bianca and I laughed as we pulled Toby into a hug too. My anime series soon became a huge hit. With success came money, and my parents were shocked that what they considered a waste of time could actually be a full-time career opportunity. So do you guys still want me to be a space scientist?
Yes, but only in an anime.
Hi, I'm Natalie, and I'm the only child of a rich couple of tech entrepreneurs. They developed some apps that became super popular overnight, and they became millionaires. Sounds cool, right? Well, it wasn't that great for me. But before we continue the story, please like and subscribe. My parents were always working or traveling, so I hardly ever saw them. I was practically raised by my nanny, and my best friend was my chauffeur, Thomas. I really wanted to have friends my age to play with, so when I was 5 and starting school, I was thrilled. I put on my new uniform and cleaned my thick glasses. Oh yeah, I have a huge eyesight problem. I'm almost blind without them. When we arrived, I noticed that everyone in the parking lot was looking at me. Just then, I spotted a girl my age standing close by and saw that she was wearing the exact same shoes as me. I walked up to her excitedly and put my foot next to hers. Look, we have the same shoes. We could be best friends. The girl stomped on my foot.
Don't think you'll be popular here just because you came in a fancy car? 4 eyes.
But I
didn't ask and I don't care. Don't talk to me.
And with that, she flicked her hair and left, and her minions followed. I soon discovered that her name was Cynthia, and she was in my class. She told everyone I was a loser who'd begged to be her best friend, and I instantly became a laughingstock. For the next few years, I just kept my head down and ate my lunch alone in the janitor's closet. In the 2nd grade, I saw a sign-up sheet on the board for dance auditions. I'd been having dance lessons at home since I was a kid, and I loved it, so I immediately put my name down. But just then, I heard Cynthia laughing behind me.
There's no place for you here. Only talented dancers can join the class. The ones who don't wear stupid glasses.
I was so tired of her walking all over me. I am a talented dancer. You don't get to decide what my place this.
With that heavy equipment in front of your eyes, I don't think so.
That joke about my glasses is now older than my grandma, and I'm bored. Come up with something better already. Her eyes went wide in surprise, and I walked off feeling proud of myself. Maybe she'd let me be now, but I was so wrong. On the day of the audition, she got to dance first. She wasn't bad, but I was better. But when she finished dancing, all the judges got up and clapped for her. Immediately, a woman in the jury said,
"That was brilliant. We have the person here for the lead role."
Wait, what? I climbed onto the stage immediately. Excuse me, ma'am, but she was only the first dancer. You haven't even seen the rest yet. The woman looked at me with disgust.
I can tell simply by looking at someone if they're talented, and you are not. Someone take her away, please. Next.
That was so unfair. After the audition, I saw Cynthia hugging that woman and calling her mom. Now it made sense why the judge was so nasty. Well, I couldn't even do the one thing I loved, and Cynthia still kept making my life miserable. Over the next few years, she spread a rumor that I had a contagious eye disease, and anyone who hung out with me would go blind, and everyone actually believed her. Another time, I'd taken my glasses off during an exam to clean them, and I didn't notice her slipping a cheat sheet on my desk. I nearly got suspended. I spent most of my time denying all these stupid rumors, and it was exhausting. One day in 7th grade, as I was walking down the corridor, Cynthia pushed me and my glasses fell off. What the hell are you doing?
Move it, Professor Four Eyes.
That was it! I attacked her blurry figure, knocking her to the ground. We were wrestling, pulling and pulling each other's hair when a teacher intervened, and we both ended up in the principal's office. Cynthia looked totally chilled out, and her mom landed 2 minutes later to defend her.
Oh, I know this child. She's a troublemaker.
Her mom was on the school board, and the principal seemed to believe her instantly.
Where are your parents? Your father said he'd be here right away.
Before I could answer, Thomas opened the door.
Oh, that's not her father. That's her chauffeur.
Clearly, she's not on her parents' priority list. They sent the chauffeur to deal with her.
I blinked away my tears furiously and ran off to the empty school auditorium, one of my usual hiding spots. I put on my headphones and started dancing in the dark. It was the only thing that kept me sane. When I finished, I heard someone clapping. As I looked towards the audience, I saw a boy sitting in the dark. It was Clayton. Clayton was popular and hot, and every girl in school wanted to date him, including Cynthia, and that was reason enough for me to stay away from him. What do you want?
I was just watching you dance. You're really good.
Please just stay away from me. And as I was walking past him, he gently took my arm.
Wait a second. Okay, I just want to talk.
I stopped, my heart beating a little faster. He removed my glasses.
You're really pretty.
As he pulled me closer, I shut my eyes, waiting for my very first kiss. But before anything happened, he started to laugh and ran away with my glasses. Hey, wait! I started panting and sweating. Everything was dark and blurry. I heard laughs coming from every corner.
Loser, four-eyed dork.
I covered my ears and started to cry. Suddenly, Thomas opened the door and shouted,
Natalie, where are you?
Oh, here comes the superhero to the rescue.
Or should we say super chauffeur?
Cynthia and her tribe skipped out laughing as Thomas took my hand and then drove me home. I didn't go to school for a few days and stayed in bed, but the more I thought about it, the angrier I felt. I was alone and my parents weren't going to come bail me out. I had to stand up for myself. It was the only way to deal with these bullies. But when I went back to school, suddenly everyone and everything had changed. Cynthia ran towards me and hugged me like a best friend.
My Nat, we were so worried about you.
Yes. Where have you been? We missed you.
Even Clayton was there smiling at me. What on earth was happening? What are you up to? Don't touch me. And then I heard a voice behind me. It was my mom.
Natalie, what are you doing?
What am I doing? What are you doing here?
Nat, how come you never told us that your mother is the founder of the most successful fashion app in the world? She just gave us a ton of discount coupons for the most awesome brands.
And why did I need to tell you that I don't even use it?
You're hilarious, Nat. That's why we're best friends.
No, we're not. You're a psycho.
Natalie, you're being so rude. I didn't teach you those manners.
You're right. You didn't teach me any manners. You didn't teach me anything. So go back to making your apps, Mom, and take these psychos with you. Well, maybe having a famous mom would finally help get Cynthia off my back, but that was wishful thinking. Because from that day on, I not only had to deal with her at school, but also in my own home. Since Cynthia had convinced my mother that we were best friends, Mom had a brilliant idea of inviting her home every day and to come with me in the limo. But one day, just when I was at the edge of losing my mind, something unexpected happened. As I was coming out of class, I saw Cynthia and her mom arguing.
You need to train for nationals, Cynthia. You seem really distracted.
Don't worry, Mom. I'm practicing at the studio every day. I know how important the competition is.
Okay, just checking. You have to win every competition to get a university scholarship. Your stupid father has left me with no money, and you have to go to Juilliard. It's important for my reputation.
I know, Mom.
I realized Cynthia had been lying to her mom about going for practice because she was always at my place. Now is my chance to get rid of her once and for all. That afternoon, when Cynthia was at my place as usual, I stole her cell phone, took her mom's number, and called her, acting as a secretary from the dance studio. Hi, I wanted to tell you that your daughter had an accident at the studio and you're her emergency contact. Can you please come over immediately?
Oh my God, is she okay?
Yes, she's fine, but she's asking for you. I'm sending you the address.
I'll be right there.
Okay, that was a bit dramatic, I know. When I heard a car screech to a halt outside my house, I went running out. Cynthia's mom was shocked to see me.
You, what? Is this some kind of prank?
Oh no, please believe me, you have to come see Cynthia. As her mom looked at me suspiciously, I led her to my bedroom where Cynthia and her minions were reading magazines, lying on my bed.
Gosh, I think I'll just run away and become a teen model or marry some rich billionaire. I don't want to dance and go to stupid college. Mom is really annoying. No wonder Dad left her.
You ungrateful Brad?
Mom, I was just kidding. Shut up. You're coming with me right now. You're grounded for life.
She took Cynthia by the ear, like a 5-year-old rascal caught doing something bad by her mommy. It was heaven, and I've been recording the whole thing on my phone. It was an Oscar-worthy film I could watch on repeat, and then I shared it with the whole school. By the next day, Cynthia was the laughingstock, and that was the end of her popularity. But when I got home that day, Mom was waiting for me with her phone in her hand.
You made this and circulated it everywhere. How could you do this to that nice girl? You're a terrible person.
I'm glad at least this made you pay some attention to me. Mom, did you know Cynthia has bullied me from the day I started school? Do you know she's knocked me down, spread rumors about me, and humiliated me in front of everyone? You wouldn't know because you were never here. Her mom always came to defend her, but mine never showed up for me.
I'm sorry, Natalie. I didn't know I was so busy all these years to build a great future for you. This app, this company, this money, it's all yours.
Well, you know what, Mom? I always thought I was angry at you for never having any time for me. But now I think what's been bothering me all along is that I'll grow up to run your company one day, and I'll become someone like you. And I don't want to be like you. I don't want to ignore the people who love me the most for some company or money.
Oh, I didn't know you hated me this much.
Mom, I don't hate you. I hate the fact that I might turn out to be a mother like you.
Please forgive me. Please give me a chance.
I wasn't ready to forgive her right away, and I didn't talk to her for months, but it seems like my words had really moved her, and she kept trying to make up for all the lost time. And eventually I decided to give her a chance again. And well, Cynthia, she never bothered me again. She was now a prisoner of her mother, who didn't take her eyes off her and forced her to dance every single day. Before ending the story, I want to tell you that pushing others is not right. We should learn to love and help one another. Hello, I'm Lily from Estonia. I grew up in an orphanage with my brother Joe. He's 2 years older than me, and we're total opposites. But before I continue, please like and subscribe, and you might get a kiss from your true love. My big brother Joe had shiny blonde hair and blue eyes, and he always got all the attention.
Look at this gorgeous kid.
He's so beautiful.
But I was the opposite. I had dark hair and dark brown eyes, and my skin wasn't as fair, and no one ever said I was pretty. They hardly noticed me at all. Joe was tall and outgoing, and everybody liked him. I was short for my age, and the mean girls loved to tease me.
Oh, poor Lily. She's just so ugly. How does it feel to be a loser with a perfect brother?
But Joe always had my back.
Maybe you should learn to respect others.
Oh, for you, Joe, I'll learn anything. I'll learn how to respect others and how to cook and clean. I'll even learn how to give birth.
You don't learn how to give birth? You just give birth.
I agree. You're right. You're so smart. See, Joe, I learned my lesson. I respected her. Now love me, Joe, please.
In school, things weren't much better. Joe was super smart and almost a genius.
Joe, that's amazing. A perfect score.
I could barely pass my exams, and I had a hard time paying attention in class. Sometimes I'd talk to the other kids when I wasn't supposed to, and I got out of my seat and I ran around the room, but I couldn't help it.
Lily, sit down.
Most of the teachers didn't like me at all. One time, I was in grumpy old Miss Koppel's class, and I really had to go to the bathroom.
The break just ended 2 minutes ago. You couldn't go then. Oh, wait, you were busy. The only thing you do in school, no bathroom for you.
But it's an emergency. Miss Koppel didn't budge. I tried to hold it, but a minute later, I peed my pants. Joe caught me crying in the hallway.
What's wrong?
Miss Koppel wouldn't let me go to the bathroom. Joe's face turned bright red, and he stormed into Miss Koppel's class.
You stinky witch. Maybe a bitter old lady like you shouldn't be teaching. You should be at home fighting with your husband, who's lost his hearing because of your constant screaming and will go blind soon, looking at your hideous face.
Miss Koppel sent Joe to the principal's office, and he got detention for 2 weeks. I felt so bad. I'm sorry. I'm weird and stupid and always causing trouble.
Don't say that about yourself, Lily. None of that is true.
Yes, it is. You're just pretending it's not. Don't worry about me and my problems. I'll handle them on my own. You don't have to be my big brother anymore.
No way. I'll always be your big brother, and I'll always have your back no matter what. And one day, I hope you'll see how special and smart and beautiful you are.
Joe hugged me, and I cried like a big baby. Then one day, The most amazing thing happened. We were adopted by a really nice couple. They had a big house. Joe and I got our own rooms and new clothes. They even enrolled us in a fancy school. I was nervous at first because school was still hard and I always got distracted. I was scared that my new teachers would hate me too. But then, my new parents took me to the doctor.
Lily has ADHD, which means she's a bit hyperactive and has trouble paying attention. But she's a smart girl. Her IQ is well above average.
I went to therapy for a while to help me learn to stay focused. It was difficult at first, but Joe and my parents were really supportive, and eventually, I got better. I started getting A's on my tests, and I even won Student of the Month for best behavior. When Joe and I reached high school, our lives totally changed. One day, Joe and I were hanging out at the mall when a strange woman ran up to us.
Your face is a work of art. Have you ever thought of being a model?
Not really,
Stick with me, darling. I'm gonna make you a star.
The woman was a modeling agent. Joe signed a contract with her, and soon, every other weekend, he was doing photo shoots all over the city. My life was much better too. My grades were at the top of my class. I had a bunch of new friends. And when I looked in the mirror for the first time, I liked what I saw, especially since my mom always told me how pretty I was and that I should love myself just as I am. I had a newfound confidence, and everyone noticed. Even though Joe and I weren't together all the time, we had our own lives, and that was okay. We were always there for each other. Then one day, our dad got a new job, and we moved across town. Another family, twice as rich as my parents, lived next door, and they had a daughter my age. The moment Joe saw her, he started acting strange. He was really dying to meet her. Oh, love at first sight, something only beautiful people do. Why don't you just go over there and say hello?
Just say hello. It's not that easy. It has to be just right. She's my destiny. She's my true love. We're meant to be.
We started thinking of ways to make them meet. What made it harder was that she was homeschooled. We saw a lot of sophisticated teachers coming and leaving the house. Joe took one of my shirts and went to her house pretending he found it in the yard, and it belonged to the girl. But a maid opened the door and took it. One time, I saw the mystery girl leaving her house, and I started calling out random names. Emily, Sarah, Anna, Amber. But she still didn't look up. A couple of weeks passed, and I thought Joe would have moved on, but he was still determined to meet this girl. He hatched a new plan every day, but none of them worked. I needed a break, so I snuck off to the park to sketch. As I was sketching an oak tree, I heard someone walk up behind me. I turned to see a cute boy smiling at me.
Those are pretty good. Your shading and detail are amazing.
I froze. I'd never shown anyone my drawings before.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
The boy's name was Ryan. He was a couple of years older than me, and he was a talented artist. We talked for hours. Every time he looked into my eyes, my heart skipped a beat.
Geez, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was so late. I have to go.
Maybe we could meet up tomorrow and talk about art.
Sorry, I can't.
I was such a dork. What was I thinking, asking a cute boy like Ryan out? He must already have a girlfriend. I wanted to crawl into a hole. It's okay. Sorry I asked.
No, it's not like that. I'd love to see you again, but I'm leaving for New York tomorrow for art school.
My heart sank.
This doesn't have to be goodbye.
Ryan pulled out one of his sketches from his notebook. He wrote his phone number on the back and gave it to me.
I want you to have it.
I can't take this.
You can give it back when I see you again.
On my walk home, every time I thought about Ryan, I couldn't help but smile. When I was getting close to home, and then I saw something insane. The mystery girl was scaling the side of her house like a cat burglar. I hid behind a tree and texted Joe, but then the girl came charging at me like a maniac. She tried to grab my phone.
Give it to me.
Let go, you crazy girl! My phone slipped out of my hand, fell to the ground and broke. I was so I turned to yell at her, but then she started bawling like a big baby.
I'm sorry about your phone. I just didn't know what to do.
Her name was Sophia, and her parents made her break up with her boyfriend because he was poor.
They won't let me see him or talk to him. My heart's been ripped to pieces. It hurts so bad. Please make it stop.
Don't cry. Things will be okay.
How?
Thankfully, Joe walked up just then. Sophia took one look at him and got all googly-eyed. Then she got confused.
I can't do this.
Sophia pushed Joe and ran away crying. The next day, Sophia showed up at her door.
What I did to you wasn't cool. I was having a hard time.
If you don't mind me asking, what's wrong?
Well, I'm broken.
Excuse me, if I could just squeeze past you.
Each time life smiles at me, bad things happen. Shortly after, I fell in love with our gardener's son. It was a secret because I knew my parents would never approve. I don't know how, but they found out and things got really bad.
I am so sorry.
If you could just step to the side a bit, I could get out of your way.
And they fired him and his father and forced me to break up with him. Then they took my phone and homeschooled me for a while. My dad is an important politician and he can't risk his reputation. And now every morning I wake up in a puddle of tears.
That's so sad.
Yes, very sad. I've got an idea. Why don't you two be friends? It might make you both feel better. Over the next few months, Joe and Sophia started getting closer, and so did our parents. Joe started dressing in expensive clothes, buying Sophia fancy gifts, and he'd brag to Sophia and her parents about how much money he made modeling. Once, Sophia's parents invited us for dinner.
Oh, neighbors, you have such a strong, confident, independent young man. I bet girls are fighting over him all the time.
Yes, but I have eyes only for one girl.
As Joe looked at Sophia and she blushed, everyone noticed the two and smiled.
Oh, this is wonderful. We've been so worried about Sophia. I'm so happy she's found someone like you. We had to protect her, you know. She was tricked and manipulated by a dirty, poor boy that stole her heart.
Ugh, poor people. You can't trust any of them. They're all liars and cheats.
That's not true.
Oh, you sweet, naive girl. You'll learn soon enough.
Then Sophia's parents laughed at me, like what I said was some big joke. I'm not naive. You're just wrong. Joe and I used to be poor. We're not liars and cheats. We're not dirty and we're not bad people.
Joe's an exception, of course. Who knew an adopted orphan could be so perfect? You guys hit the jackpot with your son. Your daughter, well, she's now Sophia.
You're right about that, honey.
Joe lowered his head. My parents looked away, and I was about to explode. What's that supposed to mean?
Thank you for the meal. We must get going.
When we got home, my parents sat me and Joe down for a talk.
Joe, we don't want you seeing Sophia anymore.
No, that's not happening. I love her. You can't tell me what to do.
Stop yelling at Dad.
Son, what her parents said about your sister is unacceptable.
They were just joking. They're really nice once you get to know them.
Are you blind? Sophia's parents are jerks. And ever since you've been hanging out with them, you've changed.
If I have to impress Sophia's parents to get their blessing, then I'll do it. True love is worth it, but you wouldn't know anything about love. You've never had a boyfriend, and you look like you sleep in a trash can.
Don't talk to your sister like that.
That's enough. No more Sophia, and that's final.
Then Joe got mad and shoved Dad. Dad fell and hit his head hard on the table. Dad! I rushed to Dad's. He was really hurt. Mom called the ambulance. Then I looked up and saw Joe.
I'm sorry.
Joe ran out of the house. Dad had a minor concussion, and we spent the night in the emergency room. By the time we got back home, all of Joe's things were gone. We heard from the neighbors that he and Sophia moved into her parents' villa in Paris. Dad was weak after the injury, so I helped him out at the office. Staying on top of my schoolwork and helping Dad was tough, but I enjoyed spending more time with him. My parents and I tried calling Joe, but he never answered, which made me really sad. My new friend Ryan always found ways to cheer me up. He sent me funny sketches and YouTube videos. One summer, he came back to town and we sat under the oak tree. We saw a boy and a girl playing on the grass, and I started to cry.
What's wrong?
I miss my brother. He was my best friend and always had my back. I'm scared I'll never see him again.
He's your brother and he could never stop loving you. I'm sure he'll come back to you one day.
Then Ryan handed me a sketchbook, and I drew a picture of me and Joe. Ryan encouraged me to study art, and eventually I started selling my drawings. 5 years later, we got married in a small ceremony in our backyard, and soon after, we had a baby. But there were complications. I felt this horrible pain, and the machine started to beep. As the doctors raced to save me, I cried out, "Joe, my brother Joe, come to me." Then I fainted. I woke up from a coma 2 days later, and when I opened my eyes, I saw Joe and Sophia sitting beside me with tears in their eyes. Joe?
Yes, Lily.
Is that you?
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry, Lily. I'm so sorry for everything.
I looked up at my parents. They smiled and nodded. I knew from the look in their eyes that they'd forgiven Joe and wanted me to do the same. You broke our promise. You said you'd always have my back, but you chose Sophia and her parents over us.
My parents are just mean and have been controlling my life since forever. We had enough and we couldn't take it anymore. So we left and they cut us off.
But it's been so hard. I couldn't find work. We barely had enough money for food and rent. But I was ashamed to come back and ask for help.
We felt like we broke your family. We didn't want to make things worse.
Then we heard you were in a coma, so we came immediately. I couldn't let you down again. Lily, I'm not asking you to forgive me. I'm asking you to let me earn the privilege to be your big brother again.
You'll always be my big brother. I just wanted to see you. I would have helped you no matter what. Then Joe hugged me, and I hugged him back.
Hi, I'm Wednesday from Scotland, and this is my wacky Halloween story. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I had an awesome childhood. My dad loved me to pieces. I never got stuck in one hobby for too long because he was always willing to pay for the best classes and gear. Life was good, but there was one problem. My dad ran a funeral home and the other kids at school thought I was a total creep and a freak.
I heard Dracula buys his beds from Wednesday.
Is that why you're so weird? Are you like possessed or something?
Nah, but it looks like you're being controlled by my cat's poop. And all those thoughts made it so I didn't have any friends. But when I was in 10th grade, a crazy twist changed my life completely. My dad's sister, Aunt Mary, came to live with us. And she was the most fabulous-looking woman I'd ever seen. She had a daughter my age, and I was super excited because I thought I was finally gonna get my first friend. But she took one look at me and wrinkled her nose like I was cat poop.
What are you wearing? You look poor!
Unfortunately, Enid instantly became the most popular girl in school. And just like that, my chance was over. It was weird that nobody cared she also lived in the house with a funeral home in the basement. Aunt Mary was a famous fashion influencer on social media, so Enid thought she was qualified to rate people's outfits every day at school.
572. Ugh, minus!
Who made you fashion police?
You should be arrested for that crime against fashion!
I walked past her barking and went to dance class. But when I got back to the girls' locker room, my clothes were gone. Turns out Enid snuck in, stole them, and was about to throw them on the grill.
Trust me, I'm doing you a favor.
And she started turning on the grill. You've gone too far, you witch! I tackled her to the ground and pulled her hair. We fought like cats till the teachers pulled us apart and took us to the principal's office, where we were given 2 weeks of detention. At home, Aunt Mary blamed me for everything.
It's not your fault, Gomez. This is what happens to motherless girls.
I tried to make up for that mistake.
By spoiling her rotten. She's really impulsive and can't stick to one hobby. The house is filled with stuff she's only used once. It's probably worth a fortune, and she doesn't appreciate any of it. That's why she's starting fights with Enid, who was just trying to help.
Maybe you're right. But what should I do? I was really stressed running the funeral home.
But I'm here now. I'll take care of everything.
Thank you, Mary. Here, buy whatever you need.
I couldn't believe he gave Aunt Mary all the money my family had. Did he think something was wrong with me too?
Your dynasty has fallen, little princess. Now Mom and I are the queens here.
No, Dad loves me and he'll see right through you two. In reality, Dad seemed blind to everything. Things at home just got worse. I came home one day to find all my things boxed up in the living room.
The room was way too big for you. It was really a waste, so I decided to turn it into a closet space.
What the heck? So tonight I have to fight for a spot to sleep with my cat?
Our basement still has plenty of space.
Dad won't allow this. You've overstayed your welcome, Aunt Mary. I'll have him kick you out of the house. But instead, Dad accused me of being selfish and not welcoming aunt and cousin like I should have. I was completely heartbroken. It made me wish Mom was here right now. Things were already grim at home. But a week later, I was rushing to the cafeteria to get the last slice of pizza when a boy beat me to it. Hey, you must be new here? That's actually mine. The lunch lady must have forgotten to leave a note.
It's probably on another slice.
What a jerk! I had to settle for a gross sandwich. Ugh! The pizza thief's name was Tyler, and he had recently transferred from New York. He was super rich, but I suspected he was some kind of robot because the dude never changed his expression. But the girls were going crazy over his good looks.
His style is on point. He's so mysterious and dashing.
I mean, yeah, he was cute, but the guy hardly ever said 2 words. A few days before Halloween, Enid announced she was throwing a party and that there would be a prize for the best costume. I was planning on staying in my dusty, spider-infested attic bedroom, but then I heard Tyler would be there, so I spent hours coming up with the perfect outfit. But when I finally came out of my closet, I got the biggest shock. The party didn't have a horror theme at all. Everyone was dressed up like models and the Kardashians. I looked totally out of place.
Oh my god! Wednesday came dressed as the ghost that's possessing her.
It's Vampire F to Werewolf, you idiot.
Oh, what a lame outfit.
Yeah, you'd know all about lame since you threw a lame party. What a snooze fest.
Do you think you can do better, freak?
You wouldn't know an awesome Halloween party if it bit you on the butt. Where are the bats, the witches, the skeletons? Where's the scary stuff?
We're not crazy like you, and I throw classy parties, but I'm not scared of anything.
Oh, I think you are. If you're so brave, spend 2 hours at the Roslin Mansion with me. First one to come out crying will be the other's personal assistant for a month.
What's the Roslin Mansion?
I jumped in surprise. Tyler was so close.
I could feel his eyes on me, and it made my heart flutter in my chest.
It's the most haunted place in Scotland. It was abandoned years ago after the place burned down in a freak fire.
Sounds cool.
I was terrified of the place, and I was sure Enid was gonna chicken out. But to my shock, she said,
"You're on!"
Everyone got to the Roslyn mansion, and my heart sank into my belly. The place was spookier at night. Tyler was going to time the dare, and the others waited around making bets on who would win.
"This is where you can live, once Mom and I have you kicked out!" Ugh.
She was trying to get in my head. I hated her so much. I walked to the house on jelly legs, imagining all sorts of horrors inside. I stood in the front hall, my heart hammering in my throat. The whole place was creepy, windy, and cold. Goosebumps broke out on my skin. Suddenly, Enid pushed me right then.
"Go on upstairs! You wanted an adventure!"
"Shut up, Enid! Let's just stand in one place for 2 hours."
"I thought you wanted a spooky Halloween! Go find a ghost boyfriend or something. You won't ever get a live boy to date anyway."
"What is your problem? Why are you so mean to me?"
"Because you're a walking eyesore. Nobody wants you at home. Uncle only gave you everything because he feels sorry that your mom left you. Just get lost already."
"You are the worst, Enid. You can't treat people like this."
"Don't tell me what to do."
"Don't push me!" Suddenly, we heard a deep voice behind us.
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6, grab your crucifix. 7, 8, gonna stay up late. 9, 10, never sleep again.
I jumped out of my skin in fright, and Enid ran out of the house screaming like a banshee. But there was no monster. The ghost of my imagination was a homeless man with a koala nose. "You scared the living daylights out of me, and you made Enid nearly pee her pants on the way out."
My apologies. You live at that funeral home, right?
"Dude, you live in a haunted house. You don't get to judge."
Oh, no, I see you around town. I hear your aunt moved in with you. What's she like? Does she have a lot of money? Did she buy you this awesome costume?
Okay, you're officially freaking me out. If you don't want me to call the cops, you better buzz off. The homeless man left me alone, and 2 hours later I walked out of the mansion in triumph. Enid's face was scrunched up as if someone had farted under her nose.
That was cool. You're very brave.
School life changed completely. Now I was the popular girl, and Enid was my personal assistant. And it was awesome. I made her cut all my sandwiches into small pieces so I could eat it with a fork. I made her do all of my homework in disappearing ink, then made her do it again. And I even suggested that my pets poop a lot to give Enid more work. I had her running errands around campus in a dog costume. It was hilarious. But when I asked her to clean out my locker, she put her foot down.
"No, absolutely not. I'm wearing vintage Chanel."
"Then wear this hoodie! It's Walmart!"
"You're taking things too far. This is just cruel. I quit."
Maybe I had taken things a bit too far, but I wasn't sorry. One day on my way home, I saw the homeless man from the mansion snooping around our street. I chased him to the park, but he got away from me. But when I turned back to go home, I saw the most amazing thing. Tyler was rolling around on the grass with a cute puppy licking his face, and he was laughing. The sight set butterflies loose in my stomach. The dog playfully ripped the hoodie he was wearing, and it fell right off. Oh my God! But as soon as he saw me, his expression became robotic again.
What the heck?
Is this your dog?
Yeah, his name is Bruce.
Cool. Oh, good dog. Bruce was such a lovable puppy. I rubbed his belly, but then Tyler said it was time to go. But before he did, he picked the grass from my hair. His face was close, and I could see just how green his eyes were and then he just left. He was super weird, but really cute. The next day at school, he brought me a whole pizza for lunch. Hey, thanks. What are you doing today? Maybe you and Bruce can come over after school?
Sure, I think he really likes you.
Only him, or... He didn't answer. He turned around, face expressionless, and walked away. I was thinking about why he was the way he was when someone knocked my pizza to the floor.
You don't need the extra carbs. What kind of witch magic have you done on Tyler?
It's called human decency. You wouldn't know anything about it.
No way is someone as cool as him into a loser like you. You're definitely up to something, and I'll get to the bottom of it.
I ignored her. I hated going home these days, but I was looking forward to Tyler coming over with Bruce. We played with Bruce in the garden, and Tyler became a completely different person. I felt my heart beating fast when he looked at me. What's your deal? You're like RoboCop with the rest of us, and with Bruce, you finally start acting human.
I'm not good at making friends with humans. They lie and cheat. Animals are loyal, and they don't want a lot from you.
I know what you mean. I've never had friends either.
I thought you were popular in school. People hang out with you all the time.
Yeah, but they're not my friends. They still call me a freak behind my back because my dad runs a funeral home.
What's wrong with that?
I know, right? You're pretty cool, Tyler.
Call me Ty.
And he came closer when suddenly lights blinded me, and we were surrounded by the police.
Hands up!
What the heck is going on? I watched in horror as the police went inside the house and pulled Enid and Aunt Mary out. They were struggling and screaming and cursing their heads off. And Dad was coming behind them looking confused. Then a man in a suit walked over, and I recognized him. He was the homeless man.
Special Agent Curry, we've been following these criminals across 3 states.
Criminals? You must be mistaken. This is my sister and my niece.
Also known as Sticky Fingers Mary and Dastardly Enid. They have stolen from several banks and rich men, and I have a warrant for their arrest.
You'll never find the money. Never!
All of a sudden, Bruce jumped forward and dug his teeth inside Aunt Mary's fur coat.
Heck, let go, you dirty mutt!
But the coat ripped and money started pouring out of its lining.
I can't go to jail, Mommy. I'm too pretty to go to jail.
Dad was shocked. He turned to me looking completely confused.
What have I done? I trusted them completely.
I was still mad at Dad for trusting Aunt Mary over me. But he didn't deserve to go under a mountain of debt because of all the money they'd probably spent or stolen. We'll be fine, Dad. I'm sure Agent Curry can talk to the banks and we can get our money back.
I don't care about the money. I let them treat you horribly because they convinced me you were spoiled. Can you ever forgive me?
Of course I can, Dad. I love you the most. I hugged him tight. I finally had my home and my dad back. Life was going back to normal. Bruce barked, and I saw Tyler standing at the edge of the garden. Well, better than normal.
You were awesome, boy! Who's a clever dog? You're a clever dog?
I trained him, you know.
Then I owe you my eternal thanks. So I leaned up and kissed him, and he kissed me back, and it was perfect. So I learned that crime doesn't pay. Tell us about your most hilarious Halloween costumes in the comments.